Further to our discussion on the ground, we're going to have a look at the stalling in a balanced level turn, balanced climbing turn, balanced descending turn, and a skidding turn, and we'll redefine slip and skid. I use the term dynamic stall. Dynamic stall or high-speed stall just means that we've achieved stall stick position at some speed above the published 1G power off stalling speed, so it's nothing sinister or anything like that, it's not complicated. Okay, I'm straight and level, all clear. I'm going to roll into a balanced level turn. As we said on the ground, balanced level turn, the upgoing wing is meeting the relative airflow at a higher angle of attack of the downgoing. So if I do nothing but bring the column back to the stall stick position, the upgoing wing should stall first. Okay, no aileron input, no rudder input, elevator only. So let's just do that and we'll see what it does. Here it comes. There's the stall stick position, and there you see it rolling out of the turn. I simply move the control column away from the stall stick position. The aeroplane immediately starts flying again, and I can recover from the unusual attitude. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? That was all elevator. Now, if I'm an untrained pilot and I get a startle from that and I continue to pull, or indeed if I apply opposite aileron, I'm going to worsen the situation and I can induce a spin. Let's have a look at that. All clear, I'm rolling into a level turn, so this time I'm going to deliberately mishandle that situation with the elevator. There I am in a balanced level turn, upgoing wing with a higher angle of attack, no rudder input, no aileron input, just elevator. Coming back to stall stick position, and there it is. I've rolled out, I continue to pull, and there she goes, I'm spinning, from which I'll recover. Okay, so that's one way we can find ourselves in an accidental or inadvertent spin state. Notice it was all about the elevator. So I had the stall from the elevator, I had the yaw from the stalled outboard wing. If I didn't input the elevator, that would not have occurred. I could have stopped that spin from developing by moving the column away from the stall stick position immediately. But elevator position awareness is paramount. Not going to happen to you if you don't come back to stall stick position. But you have to understand, you have to know that. Someone must have taught you that. Okay, what about the climb? We'll have a look at the climbing turn scenario now. Very similar to the level turn, and in the climbing turn, the angle of attack on the upgoing wing is even higher than it was in a level turn. So there you are. Can you see I'm in a climbing turn? Okay, I'll come back to stall stick position, and I'll expect the upgoing wing to stall first and the aeroplane to roll out of there. It goes. I'll hold the column back and we spin. I'll recover. There you are. So that, notice during that spin entry, like the one before, the rudder was neutral, ailerons were neutral, elevator was hard up. Yaw came from the asymmetric stall, the stall on the upgoing wing. How's that?
Yep.
Yaw plus stall equals spin. Okay, the next one was a balanced descending turn. In a balanced descending turn, we'll expect the downgoing or inboard wing to stall first. I maintain the stall with the elevator, it'll tend to go into the turn. Yeah? Alright. Just checking all clear. Coming around into my descending turn, I'll just throttle back a bit to slow us down. Are you happy that I'm in a descending turn?
Yep.
There's stall stick position. Keep the stick back. Oh, isn't it a devil of a thing? So, clearly from that, there was no rudder, no aileron, it was all elevator. Why did it spin into the turn in that descent? Because the downgoing wing in that case had the higher angle of attack. How you travelling?
So far so good.
Okay. Last scenario we're going to look at is the skidding turn, but let's redefine slip and skid. Slip means I'm going to have the yaw opposite the bank. Let me induce that. Okay, there you are. Now you can see that the balance ball is slipping down into the turn. The tail is slipping down into the turn. My rate of turn around the horizon is reduced. And it's yawing the nose upward, tempting me to hold the bank on and lower the attitude or push on the column. So although not ideal in this case, it's quite benign, not dangerous. The airplane's not wanting to do anything untoward. Back to balance, then step on the ball. Skid means I've got too much yaw in the same direction as the bank or roll. Left bank on, let's put on some skid, so more left yaw. Notice the tail, or the ball is skidding up out of the turn. That means the tail is skidding up out of the turn. You can feel yourself leaning out of the turn. The more skid I put on, the more the attitude lowers. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And the further effect of yaw is roll, which is tempting me to hold the bank off this time, whereas the slip made me hold the bank on. And the more skid I put on, the more the nose wants to yaw downwards, the more I have to raise the elevator to maintain the attitude. But can you see, I'm not seeing a normal rate of pitch. With this much elevator on, I would normally see the nose rising quite a bit. If I have no elevator position awareness, I'm quite happy to keep pulling on the column because no one's told me it's a bad idea. Someone in fact told me once that the signs and symptoms of a stall were high nose attitude, low airspeed and sloppy controls. Well, I don't have any of those. But what I do have is a raising elevator coming closer to stall stick position. Okay, so that's a real deep skid there.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of yaw on. If I just raise the elevator a little more and see stall stick position, go slightly beyond it there. Well, look at that. We're spinning, which I'll recover from. And there you are. Now, I'll just head back over this way. So stalling, all about the elevator. If we've got elevator position awareness, all of those scenarios can be avoided. That's what we've got to teach. So important.